And with that, Mr. Secretary, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning to you, Chairman Womack, Vice Chair Bice, and Ranking Member Clyburn, and all the distinguished members of this subcommittee. Thank you for this opportunity to testify today in support of President Trump's 2026 budget for the United States Department on Housing and Urban Development. And again, thank you, Chairman Womack, for having me in Arkansas and showing me innovative housing solutions there in your district in April. Members, we have a small window of opportunity to help every American achieve the dream of home ownership. And the clock is indeed ticking. As of this past April, the national median home price is $414,000, up from more than $341,000 in April of 2021. And this is a dramatic increase of more than 21%. It became very hard for Americans to afford homes due to the policies of the Biden administration, which have been marked by negligence and a lack of stewardship of American taxpayer dollars. We cannot keep running the same plays that are causing Americans to lose. It's time to run new plays and get a new playbook. And this budget, the president's fiscal year 2026, is indeed that new playbook. It requests $43.5 billion for the Department of Housing and Urban Development to fund critical programs and provide greater fiscal responsibility and restraint. It carries out President Trump's day one directive to increase housing supply and make it affordable again. This budget supports HUD's mission, and we will indeed maximize the funds Congress, you and your colleagues provide to us, no matter what the amount, be it $10 billion or $10. We have been taking inventory of every program and found HUD's rental assistance to be full of waste, fraud, and abuse. It's broken and deviated from its original purpose, which is to temporarily help Americans in need. HUD assistance is not supposed to be permanent. It should be a trampoline, not a hammock, not a resting place. It's supposed to be like a treadway, which is a military bridge, which is used temporarily to get over obstacles, and then it is removed. We're also eliminating radical political agendas and wasteful spending at HUD. We identified, as an example, $260 million in savings for taxpayers. We canceled $4 million in DEI contracts that had nothing to do with HUD and recovered an additional $1.9 billion from inactive contracts that should have been closed out during the Biden administration. We've seen that pouring money into programs just fuels its existing status, which is not good. No, here we are, reversing course to be efficient and effective, not bloated and bureaucratic. We want to be efficient and effective, not bloated and bureaucratic. We're also undoing harmful regulations, including the Obama-Biden era, affirmatively furthering fair housing rule, which effectively turned HUD into a national zoning board. We're cutting red tape, and that is important, but we're also increasing the housing stock and opportunities for first-time homebuyers. The Federal Housing Administration, FHA, which insures mortgages on more than 7 million homes, has insured mortgages for more than 140,000 first-time homebuyers since January, when President Trump returned to the White House. In addition, we're ending taxpayer-funded subsidies for HUD programs for illegal aliens entering in our country. But HUD is more than just housing. We streamlined the disaster recovery process to help funding to get to communities more quickly and efficiently. For our tribal communities, we announced $2.2 million under the expansion of the Tribal HUD VASH program to address veteran homelessness. And for our rural communities, we have convened roundtables in states around the country and discussed solutions for workforce housing, returning HUD to its intended purpose, serving Americans through localized solutions. The president's budget continues this approach by limiting the size and the spending of federal programs. It proposes a state-based formula grant to encourage states to have skin in the game for the funding and design of their own rental assistance. The block grant will empower states to be more thoughtful and precise in their stewardship. HUD has currently 30,000 program awardees and recipients. No wonder the system is plagued by abuse. Empowering states through this reimagined system would prune the administrative burden and maintain necessary assistance for the elderly and the abused. The budget also continues our commitment to promote economic independence and adopt compassionate common sense and historically a bipartisan conversation around reforms like time limits and work limits, so to encourage able-bodied residents to move up and get out of assisted housing. It addresses our nation's homelessness crisis by returning solutions to the local authorities. The president's budget saves billions of taxpayer dollars and helps restore fiscal responsibility. And Mr. Chairman, in order to properly serve the American people, we must care about our mission, care about the ones that we serve, and care about this country. And that's what HUD is, and that's what we have returned to do, sir. So the 2026 HUD budget request will allow us to operate at a standard of excellence that we have not in previous years and return the president's golden age. And I'm supportive of this and look forward to, Mr. Chairman, talking to you and your distinguished colleagues. Thank you, sir, for your time.